What we don't like is uncertainty, so that will affect things in the short term. And what we don't know is what out will look like.
I think it's a great opportunity for business to take back control, to be deregulated, to agree its own deals globally.
Brexit could have a really significant impact on UK business because the amount of people in our workforce may well go down.
Many companies are struggling to understand what life would be like if the UK voted to exit the European Union. The Out campaign says Britain's companies would be liberated from the stranglehold of European regulation. They would thrive. Nonsense counter those campaigning to stay in. British business needs the EU to trade and prosper. What is clear is that the inevitable uncertainty in the immediate aftermath of a vote to leave frightens many businesses.
If there is one company which symbolises the European dream, it is Airbus. The maker of the Mars rover was set up 50 years ago by France, Germany, the UK and the Netherlands. It is now a multi-billion euro operation with facilities across the globe.
Its chief executive in the UK believes leaving the EU would hurt British exports and British jobs. The cutting-edge research and innovation that has led to so many commercial and scientific achievements celebrated here at London Science Museum would also be at risk in a Britain outside the EU.
Airbus's biggest concern if the UK left the EU would be the long-term economic impact. We run very integrated operations across Europe. We're an integrated, globally competitive industrial organisation. And so we need to take long-term decisions, long-term investments, and Britain is a very important part of that future.
But other company bosses are much more sanguine about the prospects of life outside Europe. Nigel Baxter farms 800 acres of arable land in Nottinghamshire. He also employs 80 people in his family business distributing Renault trucks. Mr. Baxter believes the Brexit doomsayers have got it wrong.
We're servicing a vast array of end users in the transport sector. We're servicing people who are solely concerned with national distribution, but we're also servicing companies that are dealing with international distribution. I don't believe that will change in any way. These vehicles will continue to transit Europe in just the same way, whether that's to Switzerland and Norway or to France or Spain. I don't really see any difference in that at all. From a business perspective, I'm, like many people, sick of being over-regulated. I believe that we have a great opportunity here to deregulate business in a positive way. I believe we will have a great opportunity from an industrial perspective to negotiate our own trade agreements. It's an opportunity for us to take back control, and this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity that we should seize.
For many British businesses, though, there are specific worries about what would happen next and how to prepare for it.
We are very much an integrated European business within the Airbus group. So that applies to our aircraft, where we make wings in the UK. We design the wings, the landing gear, the fuel systems here in the UK. But our customers don't buy wings, they buy aircraft. So we need to work in an integrated way with the rest of our operations globally. We're in a very long-term business, so it takes maybe 10 years to develop a new aircraft. Aircraft could be in service for 30 years. So we're talking about decisions for generations.
Companies are also worried about what would happen to their staff. Mary Knowles Homecare in Oxfordshire provides residential care workers, and its boss fears his ability to recruit from within the EU would suffer.
If freedom of movement is constrained, which is likely/possible, the number of people looking after people who need looking after in the UK could well be reduced, and that has significant unforeseen consequences on healthcare and social care in the UK. So we look after a lot of elderly people who have dementia. 815,000 people in the UK have dementia. That's going to rise to 1.5 million by 2025, almost doubling over the course of a decade. Who's going to look after them? And if the current workforce is a significant proportion are born outside the UK and they're doing a good job and they're not allowed to do that job anymore, who is going to look after our loved ones? Brexit for us as a business would mean that we may have to put up our charges because there would be fewer people from outside the UK wanting to work as carers.
No one knows what deal Britain would strike if a divorce with the EU really happens. The biggest issue for companies, whether they're in favour of an exit or not, is the uncertainty that would ensue as a new agreement is hammered out. For employers and for the industries in which they work, the stakes are high. Sarah Gordon, Financial Times, London.